Welcome back to TechCast, episode 29. Finally remember what episode we're on, would be. I'm your host, Conor, joined with my co-host, Stefano. How are you doing today?
Good. Just been lazing around, as usual.
Ah, yes. Starting off with the elephant in the room. That right there is PS5 controller.
Yeah.
One, how to get your hands on it. Two, how to get your hands on it without starting a riot. Three,
Had the other hands on. See, my dad basically my dad had someone in PC World like what do you call it? Save one for him, whatever it's called, hold one on for him. They said that when they get one, they'll ring him or whatever. But the day before she was going to ring him, he decided to go into I think it was Curry's PC World.
Yeah.
Because every Saturday from then they'd been getting them in. And he just randomly on a whim, just like, I'll just go in and check. And they had them in there. So he just went in and he managed to get one for my sister and one for his friend. And he came down, told me. So I went back up and they still had a good amount of them there, actually. There was selling to a couple of people. And then there's one guy on his phone. Like, he's like, oh, it's not for me. I have to ask this guy, see if it's... And then he just walked off for whatever reason. And they said, we're going to check this more in the back, blah, blah, blah. Just wait. And the guy came over with a trolley with like 4 or 5 of them on it. So like they had plenty of them. They must have been able to get the stock. And I got the one that the guy walked away from. So
not surprising. And did you get the digital or disc edition? This is a big question.
I got the disc instead of my sister.
Ooh, okay. So you're a fan of the discs, so you'd use the discs.
Well, let's see. I was going to I don't know, it depends. If it's cheaper, I'll probably buy the disc, but also I was like, if there's any games that from the 4 that does backwards compatibility with the 5,
that's fair enough.
They're most likely going to be disc anyway, the ones that we have. And the only one that I wanted to do, Grand Theft Auto, fails to install. So,
fun fact about Grand Theft Auto, and I know this is going into the gaming territory, so we should start a gaming podcast, TechCast Gaming, which you should definitely check out. But yeah, this laptop here, that is able to run GTA 5 that I got for free.
Well, the specs on that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I figured out today, I have to give that back in May.
So until next year, or
I have to give it back to the college. So let's just hope this iMac doesn't crap out on me. Back to last week's iMac discussion.
Good. I wonder, when is it until next? Can you get it again next year, the same one, or is it just like this year?
I don't know what I'm going to get. If I reapply, and I don't even know if I'm going to get it if I reapply. So
oh god, that's
yeah.
So that iMac has to. You have no choice but to rely on that iMac now.
So what I'm planning to do, if I can, is I'm planning to, before I have to get that laptop back, I'm planning to sell off this iMac if I can and pick up an M1 Mac Mini for €650, and then pick up an old monitor, any old monitor, maybe an old TV, like a 21-inch TV, and hook that up as a monitor.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
Just to hold you over for a while.
Not even to hold me over, it would be perfect, like as a desktop. Like I might get the laptop again, but would be handy to have a desktop. I mean, the Mac Mini is the best bang for the buck Mac.
Yeah, see, the Mac Mini, you could make it portable by having multiple displays. So we have one, say, like in work, have one at home, have one wherever else you go, and you just take the computer, take a couple of cables, and it's portable technically. It's not portable in the sense you can use it anywhere, but it's portable in the sense that you can bring it with you.
I mean, I'm always traveling, so that's a big reason I go for a laptop. That's a big reason. But I wouldn't rule out a desktop if it meant I'd get better performance. That being said, I can't really consider M1 because I need Windows.
Yeah. Well, you can emulate Windows, are probably not good enough for what you need to do.
Yeah. But enough of that side tangent. Back to talk about you and your PS5. First impression, go.
Oh my! First of all, when I took it out, it looked a lot better in person. A lot better.
I can see that happening.
The one thing that I noticed about it, how it looks, mine's obviously it's the white one because they don't have a black one right now. It looks kind of
dark shades, the D brand.
Oh yeah. the the way it kind of opens up at the top.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a shirt. Because it's white and the middle is black. So it's kind of like a reverse tuxedo.
That does make sense. I haven't seen that comparison being done before.
It kind of reminds me of a shirt, like open up at the top.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I'm also thinking about getting the skin for the middle because it's so glossy and stuff, making that a matte black.
A D brand, sponsored by D brand, no. But if you want to, I mean, I'd be happy to take a sponsorship.
Yeah,
from D brand.
I'll take a product for the.
But yeah, I mean, one of the robot skins or the swarm skin, like the swarm skin that's like all texturized, that would be really cool on it.
Yeah, because I was thinking of doing a matte black for the middle and getting maybe a matte red for the side plates, a nice deep red, not like somewhere in the middle of like deep and cherry red, because I like it to be bright, a bit bright as well.
You could get PS5. You could get like replacement side panels since you can buy them.
Yeah.
Or even just buy cheaper ones, and then like spray paint them.
That as well, yeah. Because when we found what's it called? I forget what the place is called, but we had found a place on Facebook that sells them and had like red, green, blue, or something like that.
It's a big industry.
And I was like, yeah, that's a cute. I didn't think they'd make it that customizable. They're also really easy to take off.
Oh yeah, like you literally just push them. It literally looks like they were meant to be done like that.
Yeah, like you literally just and it pops out, and also and have the SSD slot in a really easy to get place as well. You just pop off. Which I forget which side it's on, but
now
pop off a panel and insert it.
It's not upgradable just yet.
Yeah, it needs
to wait for a software update. However, the fact that they are able to upgrade the SSD to like an 8 terabyte NVMe SSD, the fact that you can do that for like €200, that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And that would breathe new life into it down the road, because I know a lot of people's PS4s, I know our PS4 Slim, the SSD slows down on it, or the hard drive does anyways. So the fact that you can just throw a faster SSD in there and you can be good.
Yeah. Also I'm thinking whenever I have the money, I might just, and obviously when the update comes out, I might just do it to up the storage. Only 825 gigs. It's not a lot for games. Ideal,
but if you have I feel like they should have had if you bought the disc version, okay, 825 gigs, fine. You're probably playing on the disc anyways. But if you bought the digital version, I feel like it should have come with a terabyte at least.
As the base,
2 terabytes. 2 terabytes is probably a safe bet nowadays.
That's probably around what the one I'll get from mine would be 2 terabytes. Because I don't know, it depends on whether I might just download a few, because I've downloaded games onto it already.
Yeah.
So like Fortnite, just because the free games that are available. So, what's the other one? What's it called? Rocket League. I actually got really addicted to that the other night. I didn't realize how addictive that was.
Apparently MKBHD plays it a lot, so that's it's good.
Some kind of rally game, and actually the trial might be open right now. Better make sure I don't get charged for that.
Not ideal.
I think it's not all. Oh, and then there's the game that comes pre-installed with it.
Yeah,
I have
Astro's Bedroom or something.
Yeah, that actually is addictive as well.
Yeah, it's really good for the controller because the controller is a massive upgrade with the PS5. It's a
Oh my
legitimately
god.
massive upgrade.
Yeah, huge. Like,
I can see Microsoft doing that, like bringing out a competitor to that, like a new
yeah,
Pro controller to do that.
like I'm comparing it to the four. The four
Yeah.
is actually the four's controller is smaller.
Is it?
Yeah, it's actually quite a bit smaller. My sister finds it a little bit hard. Finds it harder to play with this because it's bigger.
Yeah, I can see how that might be an issue. The have you plans on because you can upgrade like the faceplate on it, just pop it
Oh
off.
yeah,
Have
maybe
you
make it.
plans to upgrade that in the future?
I might see this plate can just pop off as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That plate then.
So I was thinking maybe I'll do one of two things. I'll either pop that off and make it red and skin it black, the rest of it,
Ooh.
or flip or the other vice versa, the other way around. Keep the
Yeah,
black
that's a
thing
good
there and
idea.
skin it red. I don't know which way around to do it. I think I might skin it black because that'll balance out the colors a bit better.
It might be better to skin this as well. At least then the faceplate isn't permanent, anyways. At least you can just take that off.
Well, the
Still
faceplate,
cool though that they're allowing.
yeah, yeah, it's interesting. It's apparently it's harder to take off than the things, but it's still
Yeah.
possible. Like, just have
You
to be careful.
need to get a screwdriver and you wedge it under there, and there's a few clips that make sure it stays on. That's all it is. And I think that's pretty handy.
It's actually, I'm surprised that they did all this, made it so easy to get into.
Maybe
like
it was
this.
unintentional, but
maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Either way, there's very good, very, very good ways of doing it.
Yeah, the remote.
Yeah,
like everything about it is just so good. I prefer the shape of this remote to the last gen.
Yeah, that does look better. That does look a lot better than the previous one.
It looks a lot better and feels a lot better.
Yeah, that does look really good. Now, you mentioned free trials earlier on.
Yeah.
And I'm a bone to pick with Final Cut and Apple in general.
Oh.
So
yeah,
we mentioned it several times before. You're a Final Cut Pro user, although you bought Final Cut Pro. I'm a Final Cut Pro user, but I just take advantage of their kindness and refresh the free trial every couple of weeks. And the issue with that is Final Cut Pro might be becoming a subscription model.
Yeah.
It means if I don't buy it, I might end up being, as the kids would call it, shafted, and have to pay €15 a month for it.
See, we don't know the price yet. The price isn't. There's nothing's official about it yet. But
oh, come on!
We don't know what.
Apple. They're going to charge
we
you
don't know.
$10 for it.
Well, look, Apple TV Plus. I know it's not an amazing thing, but they put it at $4.99. So like Apple Music is $9.99. So I'd say $9.99 would probably even.
Yeah, $9.99. Okay, maybe I can see your point.
I watched.
But in the space of 3 years, you'll have paid so much for Final Cut, you could have just bought it outright.
Yeah, I know. I bought it on the student bundle as well. So it means I
need to get on that. I really need to get on that. I keep saying I'm going to do it. See, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah. So that means I got the student bundle. So I got Final Cut, Logic, Motion, Backstage, and what's called Compressor. All for
that's actually good.
€230. Final Cut
itself is 300.
Yeah, 330. And then Motion is 50. I think Logic is 200 and something, and then the other ones are probably like around 50 as well. So like that's like how much 300-ish euro worth of apps for 230, more than 300.
Yeah,
it's a great deal.
The way I see it is, there's two ways it could happen.
Sorry, no, over 500 worth of apps. Sorry.
That makes sense. Yeah, actually, it is 500. You're right. There's two ways I can see them do it. One, people who bought it already, get grandfathered in. You're fine. You don't have to worry about it. It's just for new people. and you'll get your updates for life. Option number 2 is you just have to start paying, or there's 3 options actually, sorry. And I'm referencing Drew from Tilosum's text video here. They either put up, like, give you custom LUTs built in, and they give you like better audio mixing and color grading tools. They give you vlogger mode where you can, like, it'll cut out all the dead air automatically and like all that.
Yeah, just a little note on
behind
that.
the paywall. Option number 3 is they do all that, but they make Final Cut a subscription. If you bought it, you can stay on this version. We won't charge you, but you won't get any updates. And if you want to actually get newer versions of Final Cut or whatever it is, then you have to pay for it as a subscription model.
Yeah. See, I was hoping they would never go towards this, but the other thing he did also say, it might even mean nothing. It might just be future proofing or making sure for the future. So maybe they probably will at some point make it subscription based. But point 2 that you made, what if they did say they did do that? They improved it and made it like as versatile as Adobe, made it as customizable, better audio mixing, better all that stuff. Would you be okay with the subscription if they priced it similarly to Adobe?
If it was an optional thing, if it was a case that I could just get regular Final Cut as it is today, you know, say for example, if they did this tomorrow, I could still buy Final Cut, just use Final Cut as it is, but I don't get my, you know, I don't get the extra features.
Yeah.
But there was also a subscription model where you could subscribe to it monthly and you'll get the same thing as someone else. Then I could see it being okay. But if it was the case that they literally cloned Adobe Premiere but made it work on Apple products, then I might see an issue. Then I might see a use for it.
And
Adobe has a lot in this that you really can't duplicate because it has the whole ecosystem of the creative.
Oh yeah. Well, they what I've imagined they started they had been designing that in the background for the past few years, and they're like, here's a whole new ecosystem of apps. Imagine that.
Well,
they could do that as well.
Launch it alongside the iPad Pro apps.
That's actually I was going to mention that. What if that subscription is included the iPad? Would you do it?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have an iPad anymore, but
actually,
you had an iPad.
If I'm looking at getting rid of this laptop, if I'm going to be getting rid of this laptop, and if it turns out I have this laptop for 4 years, and the new iPad Pros come out, they have Final Cut Pro, they have USB-C.
Yeah.
Take out the extra camera for all I care. But let's just play devil's advocate here. It has more RAM. It has legitimate pro level specs I could do my work on, because I can already do editing on an iPad, but Final Cut would be nice.
Yeah.
I can legitimately see myself within the next year or 2, instead of buying a new Mac, if I get to keep a laptop, say, off to college for the next 4 years, I can see myself buying an iPad Pro from 2020, 12.9 inch, and just using that as my editing machine.
Yeah. See, I'm just wondering. Now, I was going to ask that. I have the 20. Where is it? It's over there somewhere. I have the 2020 iPad, and that only has 6 gigs of RAM. But I'm wondering, are they going to put a RAM limit on it? I know Apple really optimizes their stuff, but are they going to be stingy enough to limit it to the new iPad?
My bet is if you have anything over a 2018 iPad Pro, you know, the one that they upgrade all like the design on. If you have one of those ones, you can use it. Basically, any iPad that's compatible with Magic Keyboard, you can use with it.
See, because the logic I'm using is that on Mac OS, it will run on a Mac with 4 gigs of RAM. So that would make, for the iPad, 4 gigs of RAM is plenty. Like for the kind of OS that it is, like how they can optimize it and all that.
Oh,
And they probably, because the iPad is touch based, they probably won't put all features on it either. There's
yeah.
probably some features that won't do good being touch based.
Now,
They probably just won't put all of them on it anyway.
if they could just clone LumaFusion, just clone LumaFusion, give me that. Call it Final Cut or iMovie Plus, and then just call it a day.
Yeah.
Do that, and I will switch full time to an iPad.
But would you? Sorry.
I have no reason for a Mac if they can't give me Final Cut.
Okay. If what am I trying to say? If for the iPad, would you rather buy the app or would you rather pay the subscription? Because in other ways, people are saying this is just an iPad app. Why would I buy it for like €300? They probably a month would look more attractive.
If it's on the iPad, it won't be 300 because that would not sell. If you buy Final Cut, my prediction is you buy Final Cut on the Mac and you already have it on the iPad. Similar to like the iLife suite when they did that and were marketing that. Similarly to that, because Final Cut already runs on M1 and iPad and macOS apps can run on a Mac and vice versa now.
Yeah.
I bet is to just release Final Cut, charge a maximum of €40 for it, and say, there's your iMovie Plus. Or, theory, they just improve iMovie.
Yeah, maybe
give us some proper export options, give us better layering options, and that's it. That's all they need to do.
Yeah, well, they could keep the current version of it for free for whoever, like, home videos, that kind of stuff, and then just have iMovie Plus or whatever you want to call it.
I mean,
and just have it.
LumaFusion can charge €30 for their app.
Yeah. Oh, it's 20, isn't it? 20 something.
No, it's gone up to 30.
Why did it go up?
It's 30 for like their whole suite of apps, like their
okay.
For LumaFX and all that.
Oh, so it's 20 just for
20 just for LumaFusion. So I'd say add a tenner on stuff for the Apple variant.
So yeah, 40, 50 euro.
And I have a question for that. For the people saying, okay, Final Cut will be a subscription. Why aren't they touching Logic? Why aren't they going after Motion? This is literally just Final Cut they're going after.
Yeah, they might plan on doing it in the future. Maybe Motion will be included in the Final Cut or something. I don't know, because why did you do a subscription for something that's 50 euro?
Yeah, but what's stopping them?
Nothing.
Why are they just choosing Final Cut? Because objectively, Logic has just as big of an audience.
Well, I don't know. Apparently,
this is what I'm thinking. This is why it doesn't sound like they're going to do it. Because they will issue a subscription model for the Final Cut. They would also do it for Logic.
Because even like the big businesses that use it won't care about subscriptions. So they'll just throw it into their business. They'll claim back the tax and all that stuff.
Yeah,
they won't care about that. They'll just see it as another business cost. And they'll just add it onto their business costs. They don't want it, they'll move somewhere else. They don't care. So that isn't really going to. They're not going to make Apple stop doing that. It's mainly just us that will do it. The creators that are like single, where we make our own stuff and we're all our own bosses and self-driven and all that.
Keep in mind, I don't pay for Adobe Premiere.
I tried that and I can't find it, but I know another guy. I have a friend that has like a G Suite and he has it on there. So if I want to ever try it out, I can. He keeps trying to get me to switch to DaVinci. He keeps trying to get me to switch.
I don't like DaVinci Resolve for anything other than color grading. I love it for color grading, but anything other than that, I will not touch it.
Yeah,
I understand it's great for editing. Like people can do really good things on DaVinci. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I got it on the M1 Mac because the way they said you could edit 8K raw footage in DaVinci. I was
Yeah,
like, oh my god, they didn't even say didn't even show it in Final Cut. They showed it in DaVinci. Like that, this
it
must be
struggles
really
to
powerful.
it struggles to do it in Final Cut.
I don't know. I haven't tried. Well, I don't have 8K footage tests for when I had the M1 Mac, but
Well,
I had it on.
You could do like 4 squares of 4K.
Oh yeah.
So you can technically make an 8K frame, but it's not necessarily a
True,
yes,
like
this is true 8K.
yeah. It's technically 8K by playing 4 streams of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm just wondering because the M1 Mac it actually took a kind of bit longer than Final Cut to open, but overall it ran quite well.
Oh yeah,
But
DaVinci is great for anyone who can use this and take advantage of it. Me, on the other hand, I'm sticking with the stuff I know.
I know because
if it turns out Final Cut is a subscription model tomorrow, and I have to get rid of this laptop, I am getting an iPad and I'm getting LumaFusion.
yeah.
That, or I'm just, going to hobble along with this iMac until it dies.
Because I opened it and I was like, nope. But this looked too confusing to me.
Different. The interface is different, so you have to get used to it. And there isn't as much export options. But other than that, still fine.
Really? There isn't as many export options?
Well, there isn't like the detailed Adobe Premiere or Final Cut export options where you can like choose your resolution, choose your frame rate, choose whether you want a 360 video, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Then I definitely won't use it because I use that.
Yeah, it's not straightforward, which I don't like. Either way, I'm just not happy with Apple if they do that, because then I am going to be in serious bother.
You see, DaVinci is free. They have a free version. They can do what DaVinci did: have a free version and have the pro. They have a few things in the pro version.
Isn't that necessarily just iMovie?
No, it's not. It's apparently it's just most of like it can get it. Like apparently the free version be good enough for like a YouTuber or for anything really. It's just there's a few select things that are pro stuff that you'd have to pay for.
They'd say just use iMovie if that was the case.
And also
because they do have iMovie, don't forget that. They do have iMovie. Yeah. Although I have tried iMovie and it doesn't run as well.
They probably haven't touched it in a while.
Yeah, they haven't. They really haven't.
I remember trying to use it and it's like it's so annoying when cutting and for jump cuts and stuff.
Like I use iMovie on my iPhone and to this day, like I film event videos and all that on this. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't do awful, but yeah. Also, funny story on my iPhone. I paid off my iPhone.
Nice.
Yeah, cost me $290
to finish the pay. Just pay it all at once.
Pay it all at once. Get all over it. So now this phone is outright mine. So I'm looking at selling it now.
How much do you think you get for it?
I barely get $350. So you know what? I'm going to stick with it. Just stick with it till it dies. I've spent enough money on it now. So yeah.
I'm tempted to get the 13 later this year.
Ooh, yeah. There's been rumors about that. I'm definitely interested about the 13. I'm not saying I'm going to get a 13. I'm probably not getting a 13 in any way. But the 11 Pro will be very appealing then.
Yeah, very appealing. It's a great. I still have my Pro Max.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good.
And it's like, it's gigantic. I like the bigger.
Yeah, screens. I think I might go for Pro Max the next time I get an iPhone.
The battery on it is great. The only problem is I've had this issue where a certain app, when you run it overnight, it for some reason the phone gets extremely hot and only charges to about 80% when I wake up. So
That's not good.
apart from that, the phone will be like 100% right when you wake up, and it'll last me the full day. And the battery is great. It's on 84% health now at this point. I've only had it for a year and a half.
Oh wow, that's weird.
But
yeah, but yeah.
But,
well,
I definitely won't be replacing that though, because well, the back of the phone is not in great condition, and then the front as well is kind of like, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, you don't want to. It's annoying. Like this will cost 180 to replace with a third party, which isn't too bad.
No, it's not horrible. Like,
but the front,
easy.
The front is costs over €300 to fix. It's like 375 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even with Apple and third parties, some third parties are a few years, like €3 or €4 more expensive than Apple. So I'm like, that's over €500.
Just get it done on Apple, honestly. When it comes to screens, the back glass I don't care about. You know, that can be fixed by a third party. But when it comes to screens, get them fixed by Apple. I know it'll cost way more, but it's so much more worth it because they'll replace the waterproof ceiling and they'll do all that with it.
Like, what I'm wondering now is, if I hand this in to get repair, you know, pay for the back, pay whatever it is, things like 600 and something.
Yeah.
By the way, right now for the 11s, they replace the whole phone. Are they going to charge me for the screen as well?
I mean, if you tell them you don't want the screen fixed, but then again, you have to take the screen off anyways, and you'll probably have the screen shattered even more.
Like, if they replace the whole phone, will they just leave it? I'm just paying for the back, or will they make me pay for the front as well?
I don't think they make you pay for the front. You're already paying enough to get the phone replaced.
Like, that's probably about how much I'd have to get this replaced anyway to buy it second hand. Probably more actually. It's 256 gig one.
Yeah.
So
I mean, would you consider a XS Max for the price that you paid for an 11 Pro?
See, it still works and all, so that's why I'm fine.
Well, that's fair enough. So if it still works, it still works.
But that's why I'm considering the 13 now, because I may as well put that €600 into a new phone rather than
don't invest money into a 2-year-old phone now. It's not worth spending the extra money. If you can afford the 13 later this year, after you bought your new Mac, if you do, get the 13.
Yeah. I can take advantage of that videos and stuff as well. So it's a double benefit.
Speaking of Macs, did you see the latest episode of Front Page Tech, or just the entirety of Twitter afterwards?
Oh no, I didn't see. I wasn't on Twitter. I was in a Discord, another Discord that also was talking about it. I was like, no, don't show me the images. I don't want it to spoil the video.
That Mac Pro looks like the Tesseract.
Wait. Oh, I didn't see. I don't think I saw the Mac Pro.
It's basically 3 Mac Minis stacked on top of each other, but one big cube.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. I heard him saying that, but I didn't see the picture. I didn't see the render.
Yeah. I don't like the pink and green iMac, but I do really like the blue and silver. Like, the blue and silver look really good.
To me, the blue and space gray look good, but
wait,
also.
Does that mean everyone who bought an iMac Pro is kind of going to be cheesed off now, because they kind of...
It was supposed to be exclusive.
They bought the iMac Pro just because it was space gray.
I'd say most people that bought that didn't buy it because of that. But
if you bought an iMac Pro, I'm very sure you're looking to replace it at this point.
Probably, yeah. Drew's looking to replace his anyway.
Yeah.
With an Apple Silicon one. The iMacs, they look amazing. Since now these are just renders that were based off of things, but the renders based off the Pro XDR display. I said that wrong. Anyway, they look great. I'm actually kind of like the green one, and I'm like, ooh.
I don't like.
It wouldn't be good for editing though.
For a professional environment, I get that the colors aren't great,
Yeah.
You know, like the only thing that would stop me from getting a blue iMac, because trust me, I'd love a blue iMac, you know. But the only thing that would stop me is the fact that an iMac is a workstation. It's different if you get it on a laptop, because a laptop is a fun thing. You can take it around and whatnot, you know. But if you have an iMac, that is pink.
I just seen will like that. I
Oh,
just seen will definitely get that.
that is the I Justine edition.
And then there's the
nothing
MKBHD edition for the matte black.
Nothing against I Justine. She's great.
Yeah.
But I just don't want a pink iMac. I don't see why anyone would ever want a pink iMac.
There's an iJustine iMac, MKBHD iMac, the matte black, the space gray, and then there's the Drew iMac, the silver one. See, it's gone all silver this year.
The silver would be so good. Like, I'm okay with people having options. That's fine. Let people have all the options they want. But just stop with the pink.
See, like, it's a throwback to the older iMacs, the first one. And the original colors of that were blue.
Pink iMac.
The original, actually, it'd be interesting to see what colors sold out of those iMacs the most.
Because what the colors of these iMacs are going to be is the same colors as the iPad Air.
Yeah.
So think of that pink iPad Air. Put that on a 27-inch, no, 32-inch, sorry, iMac.
Oh, God.
Don't you think that's a bit off?
Depends. I guess it depends where you're using it and who's using it. Because
like,
it's not
I'm okay with a pink iMac for most people. Like, if people want a pink iMac, that's fine. It's just not for me. Especially if you're like, I get the extra fun colors. They're great for like family computers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great, like for families, for everything like that. But most professionals will probably choose the silver or space gray.
Yeah, it's a more of a professional like looking color.
And most people will choose the silver so they can say, I have a Pro Display XDR.
Yeah. People, do you think they'll color the what's left of the bezels the same, or do you think they keep them black?
They're being kept black and the stand is staying the same. So you're not getting a Pro stand, which is a shame because I would legitimately have loved a Pro stand option. So like an option like the Pro Display XDR, where you can buy the stand or a basic display separately.
See, I actually like how it looks and all that and all the functionality of it, but the price. I know with the nano texture, they basically halved it for the iMac from the Pro Display XDR, but I don't know if they would do that for the stand. They probably wouldn't.
Yeah, you see, I understand why people don't like the price of the stand, but come on, if you can afford a $6,000 monitor, I'm very sure you can afford a Pro Display XDR.
Probably.
Yeah, Pro stand, I mean. But yeah, I'm just not happy, really.
This also, sorry, go on.
I would have preferred if they had the option, you know, you can buy this without a stand. We'll give you VESA monitor with it. So like, and then you can like have the mechanism that's on the Pro Display XDR, and you can buy a stand separately in the future.
Yeah.
Or put it on yourself.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm just, now what I'm thinking about now is if the iMacs do get these colors, is that foreshadowing MacBooks?
I'm actually really surprised that the MacBooks didn't get these colors.
Because it was only what was it, the Air and the MacBook that got the rose gold, wasn't it? Or was that only the Air?
It was only the Air.
So the Pros didn't get that. They stuck with silver and space gray. And they also didn't even get gold. So that's why I'm like, are they going to keep those the professional colors, or are they going to give those the more fun colors as well?
Oh, this is interesting now, because if there's a space gray and they're removing all the Pro colors, they're not giving it Pro colors. This means the death of the iMac Pro, because there was a Mac Pro.
Yeah. Imagine the Mac Pro in pink.
Oh no!
The Pro Display XDR. Oh my god, you could customize the colors. You can make them 2 different colors.
I
The
want to
green,
see
the
it.
Pro Display XDR, and the pink.
I want to see them. I legitimately want to see them bring back target display mode.
For the iMacs, yes.
Yeah.
That'd be great even just for the MacBooks to have the iMacs to display.
Yeah, that would be pretty good actually. That would actually be really good. Then again, I don't know. But wow, we're after coming up on our half-hour episodes. 10 minutes over actually. Do you have any closing thoughts before we head out?
Well, they better bring out all those colors now that we're expecting them.
Oh God.
Or maybe
I'll leave Apple. If they release a pink Mac Pro, I will leave Apple.
If hopefully maybe they will bring them over to the MacBook. I don't know.
I'd be okay with a pink MacBook. I'd be okay with a pink MacBook. Razer have a pink laptop and it doesn't look all that bad.
Yeah, maybe what if they made the iMac look like the rose gold MacBook?
I'd be okay with that, but just not a pink iMac. Pink on an iMac is too much.
Well, you see, I consider the rose gold pink because to me it doesn't look like rose gold. It just looks pink. But it's a good shade of pink.
Yeah. Oh no, but like a hot pink isn't really the color you want for iMac.
Well, it's not even hot pink. It's pastel pink, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pastel pink. I just don't like the idea of pink on an iMac. It's okay on a laptop, but not on an iMac.
At the end of the day, you can just get skin if you want to change the color.
Exactly. So with that, we will catch you all in the next one.
See ya.